Hey guys, so in this video, as you can see by the title, I'm going to be doing my favorite Netflix shows, movies, all that. So basically my Netflix recommendations. And if you clicked on the video, you obviously know that there's going to be a spoiler alert. It's in the title, so if you're going to get mad that I'm spoiling like shows and stuff, you can like skip the part where I'm like talking about it, or you can just leave the video, because you know I'm just gonna explain the shows, but it like might give like a spoiler alert. Yeah, also I'm including movies, shows, and I made like a cute little list right here. I'm not gonna include like cartoons because I do watch some of those from time to time, but these are gonna be like more like grown-up, like young adult, like grown-up movies, if that makes any sense. So yeah, and by the way, I just showered, I'm in my pajamas. Like, this is a chill video. I want this to be like a chill setting, because I know during quarantine we're all binge watching Netflix shows, watching movies, at least I am. So yeah, these are my Netflix recommendations. So the first one, also by the way, I'm gonna put like my rating, like 1 through 10 or 1 through 5 of like the shows and movies that I like to watch. But the first one is Orange is the New Black. Okay, this is kind of a little bit rated R. There's like nudity, there's like language. It's basically a jail show. I haven't watched this show in so long, and I'm trying to remember like what happens. It's very woman like empowered. So if you like woman empowered like shows, then you will definitely like this. I think it goes to like season 9 on Netflix, but I'm not exactly sure. Basically, there's this couple and they were like about to get married. I don't remember, like if I'm saying this wrong, like don't flame me. They were like about to get married. And then, by the way, there's like LGBTQ plus in this movie, so if you're not a fan of like gayness, lesbian, then I would not watch this show, because there's like a lot of that. There's a lot of lesbian love in this show, but it's like the show like pulls you in, because it doesn't show like specifically what happens in a jail. By the way, this is prison. Keep in mind, this is a prison-based show, very women empowered. But the couple get, like, they're in love. It's a girl and a guy. They're about to get married. Then the girl falls in love with this girl and girl. Basically, she, like, I think it's money. She wants to, like, hide money she's not supposed to have, like this suitcase of money. Then they get put in prison. Basically, they're in love the entire time. And basically a riot happens where, like, the prison girls, like, they find a way to get a gun, and then they attack and have a riot with the guards, and it's basically a whole thing. And the guards fall in love with the prison girls, inmates, that's what they're called. I was trying to think of that word. The guards fall in love with the inmates. It's a whole shebang, and it's so good. So if you're like into that, I would watch it. Just if you're like not allowed to watch like things with nudity, like sex and like just inappropriateness, swearing, LGBTQ plus, I said that wrong, I'm sorry. If you're not allowed to watch shows like that, then I wouldn't watch this. But trust me, there are some parts where it makes you want to like look away from the TV, but like this show literally pulled me in. So Orange is the New Black is so good. I recommend. Basically, it's like a 5 out of 5 for me. Like, I wish they would just put the whole season on Netflix. Like, I don't know why Netflix does that. Like, I don't understand it, but it's a very good show. Okay, the next one is Stranger Things, and like everyone and their mom has heard of this show. Basically, it has it's not aliens in it, but it has like creatures that you would not like, are not from Earth, basically. So yeah, like aliens or like demogorgons. If you watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's very good. It's basically where this one boy, I forget his name, but he gets like abducted by this like creature, and he gets put, basically the creatures like take people into this like land or this like second world. It's very weird. You guys need to watch it. It's so good. It's basically like, it's littler kids, so they're not grown up. It's like teenagers, I guess, like maybe 11, 12, 13-year-olds, and they all try to find this guy, find their friend that just got abducted to this world. And yeah, it's just really good. It makes you want to keep watching it. That's why I love these shows, because they're binge worthy, like, yeah. And so that show I would give a 5 out of 5 by far. Okay, so if you like scary, creepy, weird movies, I would recommend In the Tall Grass. This is really weird at the beginning. Like, the beginning of the movie made me want to like not continue, but then I just forced myself to continue, and it got so good. I forget like all the specific parts because I watched this movie so long ago, but it's basically where this family goes, they're on a road trip, and then they're driving past like tall weeds, grass, whatever, and there's something where like they lose something, or someone goes in the grass, in the weeds, and then they get sucked in, and then the husband tries to find the wife, and the wife tries to find the husband, but they're both like stuck in this maze of like grass, weeds, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, and they basically can't find each other. And then there's like this little boy, and he's not possessed, he's just weird and creepy and scary, and it's at nighttime, and the woman can't find the husband, the wife can't find the husband, vice versa. It's just creepy, scary, weird. They're stuck in this grass. If you just like scary, creepy, weird movies, I would recommend this, and this I would give like a 4 out of 5. Not saying that it's like a super bad movie. I really do like it. It's just like some of these shows, like TV shows, just like pull me in more. But that one is really good. It's not like, when I say scary, it's not like you're gonna have nightmares. Like, at least for me, it's not like that. It's just like in the category of scary movies, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that one's really good. Next is another show that I love, is Supernatural, which obviously has supernatural creatures, ghosts, demons, like anything you could think of. It's basically between two worlds, heaven and hell. There's two brothers. They're the main characters, Dean and Sam. Oh, there's a moth in my room right now, and I'm gonna cry because I don't like bugs. But anyways, two brothers, their main characters, Dean and Sam, they're brothers. Basically in the first episode, I'm sorry if you don't like spoiler alerts, I already explained it, there's gonna be spoiler alerts in this video, but basically their mom dies in the first episode, and then they're stuck with their dad, and then it's just like, basically they help out families who are like, have demons in their house, ghosts, like any supernatural like beings, creatures, anything. They just go and help families out. But there's also like a timeline and a story that like interlocks into it. It's just good. You guys need to watch it. Yeah, I'm trying not to give too much, but I am giving like something so you guys know what it like is somewhat about. But yeah, it's really good. It draws you in. There are two worlds, heaven and hell, and it does explain like there's characters. It's kind of like, it's not like the Bible. I don't want to say that because people are gonna like come at me for this, but it has like, it kind of like connects with the Bible in a way. Like there's characters, like there's Lucifer, there's like certain angels that are actually like named in the Bible, but it's in the show, and it just like shows how it is, like heaven and hell, and like, I don't know, you guys just need to watch it. It's really good. I would recommend it to anybody. It's a 5 out of 5. It's not like scary, it just has supernatural creatures in it, like demons, ghosts. What are all the supernatural creatures? I'm not sure, but it's really good. 5 out of 5, would recommend. Okay, the next one is another scary movie. It's not like super scary, it just gets you on the edge. So it is called Hush, and it's basically this deaf girl lives in this cabin in the woods. By the way, that is another movie, Cabin in the Woods. That's a weird movie. I don't recommend that. But anyway, she lives in this like cabin in the woods. It's like a log house kind of. Not really a log house, but like she lives in this house in the woods, in the middle of the woods. And it's just her by herself. She is deaf. And basically this guy is like out to get her and like kill her and like just attack her, but she's deaf. So she doesn't know he's there. Until she starts seeing like her best friend dies, the guy she's talking to dies, because the guy that is the intruder or whatever, the like attacker, like kills her best friend, the guy she's talking to, and he just tries to get to her and like kill her and stuff. And it's just a whole fiasco of them like not attacking each other, but like her trying to survive. And she's in the woods, it's nighttime. He cuts her power off, like her electricity. The intruder slashes her tires. He just does a bunch of like psycho stuff. So if you like psycho movies and like scary and like on the edge, like how are they gonna survive type of movies, I would recommend this one, and this is a 5 out of 5 for me personally. Okay, the next one is 47 Meters Deep. So if you don't like shark based movies, I would not recommend this to you, but this one is basically these girls, they are in this cage, like you know how you would go to like, you put scuba gear on and you like go underwater to see like sharks, fish, blah blah blah. They basically do that, and then the cage gets lowered, but then the like lever breaks and then they get pulled down 47 meters deep, and then they're trying to survive, and there's like these sharks, they're losing oxygen, and the people like on the ship, like above land obviously, like in the ship, they try to communicate with them, but they're so deep down in the ocean that they like can't communicate, and they're trying to survive. There's like live sharks. I think the one friend actually died because they got like eaten by a shark or like bit by a shark. But if you like movies where people are trying to survive, there's sharks, they're underwater, they're like trying to survive, save their lives, then this is good for you. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Actually, it's more like a 4 out of 4 because like it's a good movie, but it's just like not my top, so I'd say a 4 out of 5 for that. Okay, this one is like so basic, everyone and their mom knows this one, 13 Reasons Why. There's not many episodes, there's only 13 episodes, but there are 2 seasons out on Netflix, I'm pretty sure. Basically, it's a teen movie, a high school teen movie, and it talks about like sexual assault, it talks about rape, it just talks about like certain like teen things that teens have problems with. It talks about suicide. Basically, this one girl named Hannah, she just gets bullied a lot, she gets abused, she just like, guys just go after her for her body, they take pictures of her, they post it around social media, and it's just a whole story about, in the end, she ends up committing suicide. I'm not gonna say how she does it, but if you are into that kind of stuff, like high school, teenage movies, well, it's actually a show, but if you're into that kind of stuff, then I would definitely watch this. It has a good meaning. It talks about violence, what is it called? I forget the name of it, but like it has rape, suicide, it like talks about like main things and like is trying to teach a lesson. So if that's your type of show, then yeah, it's a 4 out of 5 for me. Next is Once Upon a Time. Okay, this kind of sounds like childish, but it's not. Trust me, it is not. This movie, it's a show, by the way. This show is so good. It literally draws you in from the first episode. So basically, it is Once Upon a Time. So it's basically all your like childhood movies, like Robin Hood, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, like all of those like Disney and like books that say like Once Upon a Time. It like makes it come to life with like real life characters, and it just, there's a curse in the town, and they get separated from their loved ones, and then they try to like get back to each other. There's 2 worlds basically in this. There's like the Once Upon a Time world, like what is it, Snow White, there's like her castle and like that type of world where like all the fairy tales are, and then there's like the main world where they like actually live and they're real and they're humans. Well, they are humans, blah, I don't know what I'm saying, but you guys know what I mean. And look, if you've ever seen this show, it's so good. Basically, this boy Henry gets this like storybook. It's called Once Upon a Time. It's like a childhood book with like all the stories, like Cinderella, Snow White, Robin Hood, like all of them. Those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. But yeah, he gets this storybook and he realizes that it's all real life. Like these real people are actually, like this girl, let's just say Emily for example, this girl is Snow White, but everyone doesn't believe it because like, how could, like, say me, I'm Cinderella, how could I be Cinderella? So like they don't believe him, and it turns out it's true. anyways, it's basically where all the fairy tales come true, and there's a curse that the wicked witch, well, she's not a witch necessarily, but this like evil girl that casts a spell. You guys just need to watch it. It's basically the easiest way to like explain the show is like the Once Upon a Time like stories are like just the real in a way. So yeah, 5 out of 5 for that show. Next is The Kissing Booth. This is a movie. It's a high school based movie. Basically, this girl, so there's 2 friends. It's a guy and a girl, and they're like best friends. And I'm trying to remember this movie. I don't really remember it that well. But I do recommend The Kissing Booth if you're like into like dramas, love stories, high school movies. It's hard to like think about it, but this like girl becomes in love with this guy, betrays her best friend. Like, I don't really remember it that well, but it is a good movie. I would recommend it. That one I give a 4 out of 5. Okay, if you like movies with like every emotion, like if you get emotional easily, then this might not be for you, but it's like it has a great storyline. It is Grey's Anatomy, which is a show. Yeah, this is like a 5 out of 5, like a 6 out of 5, a 7 out of 5, a 10 out of 5. Like, this is so good. My mom actually is watching this right now. There's new episodes on Netflix for it, which is really good, like really good. It's a hospital show. There's just so many like little stories mixed in with it. I personally have only watched like episodes with my mom, so I haven't watched like the full season. But I do recommend it. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. It is there are parts that are emotional. People die that are like main characters. It's just, I'm not trying to like give it away too much, but like I have to in order to like explain what it is. But yeah, it's just really good. I recommend it. Yeah, 5 out of 5. And there's 2 more. So if you like competition shows, like people competing to win money, then these shows are going to be for you. Well, this one is. It's called Skin Wars. Basically, it is what it is in the title. There's these painters that like paint on your skin. And they have like different like topics that they have to do, and they're trying to win money. So it's basically a competition show to win money, basically, and like promote their art. But yeah, it's by painting on people's bodies. And what is his name? He's like a famous like drag queen, Paul, something like that. I don't know his name, but he is one of the judges, and he is amazing. He literally amazing. So yeah, that is a 4 out of 5 for me. The last one is called Cheer. If you're like into cheerleading shows, I mean, I'm a cheerleader, so like I kind of watch like all the cheer shows, movies, blah blah blah. If you like that type of like competing to win type of shows, then this is gonna be for you. It's basically a cheerleading show. It just shows their life competing. It is a bunch of college kids on a competition team just like competing. It is what it is. It's called Cheer. And Jerry, I forget his name, but he is like my favorite character. Like, he has so much sass, and yeah, that one's a 5 out of 5. So these were some of my Netflix recommendations. I recommend all of them to you. They are all amazing movies and shows. But yeah, I just wanted to recommend you guys some movies and shows that you can watch during this quarantine. Because I know we're all binge watching stuff, we're all watching movies, we're all just relaxing, chilling. We don't have school. Some people don't have work. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please leave it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!
I walk around like that.